Parents, friends, invited guests, members of the faculty, good evening and welcome to the Anthony V. Fedele chapter of the National Honor Society induction ceremony for the Somerville High School class of 2019.
At this time, please stand and remain standing as the inductees to the Anthony V. Fedele chapter of the National Honor Society enter the hall.
Please be seated. The principal, Mr. Sebastian Lagambino, will say a few words.
Thank you and welcome. And sorry that I have my back turned to you, but this is to our inductees. So this is a very special ceremony tonight as we honor the best of the best at Somerville High School. Inductees, you have met the criteria for the standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character to be inducted into the Anthony V. Fedele chapter of the National Honor Society. This is our public recognition of your accomplishments. Congratulations to all of our inductees. Today, as I stand here as principal of Somerville High School, I did not get here to this position on my own. It all started with my high school teachers here at Somerville High School in 1980 when I graduated from this school. They were my role models. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. Inductees, I'm certain that you did not get here on your own as well. I would like to recognize those in the audience who contributed to your achievements. That includes your parents, siblings, classmates, friends, any mentors you had along the way, and most importantly, your teachers and the entire staff here at Somerville High School, including your National Honor Society advisors, Mrs. Massillon and Mr. Rochelle. I'm certain their contributions have helped you become inducted into the National Honor Society tonight. Let's give them all a round of applause. I would like to recognize some of our notable guests. First, Assistant Superintendent Almi Abeda. In the audience, Associate Principal and Director of CTE, Mr. Leo DeSimone. Assistant Principals Jane Cummings and Harry Marchetti. Athletic Director Nicole Vealey and Assistant Athletic Director Dan Curran. School Committee Member from Ward 7, Carrie Norman. So I have just a few words for our inductees tonight before we begin the ceremony. So you've already demonstrated that you have the scholarship, the leadership, service, and character to be a member of the National Honor Society. Now go conquer the world. Be bold, don't hold back. Find your passion in life, pursue your dreams to their fullest extent, and then make sure you give back. I would like to challenge you. I would challenge you to use the skills and tools you've developed here at Somerville High School to make a positive difference in this world. Give back in any way you can to society or the world as a whole, or to whatever community you may end up living in. Be compassionate and caring to not only your family and friends, but to all others that you encounter during life's journey. Make a positive difference in the lives of others, and that will be your true measure of success. And finally, don't forget about Somerville High School. Maybe someday you can find a way to give back to this school, this great school, and our future students, as this school has done for you. Congratulations on being inducted into the Anthony V. Fedele chapter of the National Honor Society. This is just but the first of many great things to come. Thank you, and I now turn it over to Mr. Rochelle.
Thank you, Mr. Lagomita. It is with my pleasure to introduce the National Honor Society President of the Class 2019, Samuel Jean Francois.
Good evening, everyone. Please stand and face the flag as Shama and Zikoba leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Shama. Bobby McCarthy will now lead members of the National Honor Society in reciting the National Honor Pledge.
Oh, stop it. All right, where am I? Inductees, please recite the National Honor Pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards, scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Thank you. Please be seated.
We are now going to introduce the incoming members of the class of 2020. Please rise as we say your name.
Alessandro Ferrari Caruba. Alex Leachy. Alex Jones. Baxter Ellard. Bianca Openticiano. Brian Chan. Christiana Brand. Diane Pierre. Elisa Demerba. Emily Suthar. Emily Childs. Felix Brody. Florisha Bastan. Harmeet Singh. Elisa Lama.
Jackson Christie. Jasmine Carr. Julian Portelli. Laura Clerville. Luca Duclis Orsello. Mark Hernandez. Natalie Morgan. Neville Hawkins. Peter Novick. Ronan Fitzgerald. Selena Musyayu. Sarah Sweeting. Timothy Labunco. Victor Souza. Vivian Santos Smith. Vivian Shea. Yukti Sharma.
Membership of the Anthony V. Fedele chapter of National Honor Society is earned by the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities held to the highest standard by the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. 4 members would like to share with you the meaning behind these 4 themes. Daniel Carrera will now describe the qualities of scholarship.
My office is scholarship. Scholarship denotes the commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education only ends with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and only be acquired in learning one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continue to expand the world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Dylan Zarakit will address character.
What up? My office is character. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Isabel Silva will explain the meaning of leadership.
My office is leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members.
Caitlin Seeley will speak about the importance of service.
My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others both at school and throughout the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Our achievements in scholarship, leadership, service, and character are being honored here tonight. The dedication, participation, and motivation of our National Honor Chapter convey our school and community involvement. This year, we have served the school and community in this following ways. We volunteered to guide parents and incoming freshmen on tours of SHS during freshman orientation over the summer. We assisted at PTSA parent-teacher meetings by guiding and directing parents around the school. We assisted at SHS open houses during the month of February by guiding and directing parents around the school, as well as sharing the qualities of SHS. We raised $650 this holiday season for Toys for Local Children. At this time, we'd like to recognize the teachers that have inspired us. Educators, you can make your way to the middle of the aisles. Can you, sir? I am proud to stand here before all of you today to say what a success this group has become. Ms. Maslow and Mr. Rishaw, our advisors, will now introduce the inductees of the class of 2019 and read the bios of the National Honor Society members 2019 class. Our principal, Mr. Lagambina, and our assistant superintendent of schools, Dr. Abaida, will distribute the certificates, and Deepa Lamsa will assist with the signing of the register.
Thank you. Ben Bortner. He has held a part-time job as a project manager at Somerville Media Center for 2 years and as an intern for 3 years. Vice President of Student Council, produced award-winning and nominated short films, Trapped, Auditioning, and The Perfect Chicken, A Scientific Journey. Received John and Abigail Adams Scholarship, has been accepted to UMass Amherst, Tufts University, and Ithaca College. Plans to pursue a career in video production and or mathematics. Kenya Arbaiza. Has been a member of Boston Glow for 2 years, spent 3 summers in the Crimson Summer Academy, promoted social justice in the Somerville community with the Welcome Project, held a part-time job throughout high school, plans to take a gap year. Isabel Silva. Has served as secretary for the senior class for the past 2 years. She has also been a member of Best Buddies for the last 3 years, serving as president this year. She served as captain of 3 varsity sports this year. She has been accepted to Northeastern, UMass Lowell, and UMass Amherst. She plans to pursue a career in computer science at Northeastern in the fall. Michael Dutra. Has been a member of the orchestra team for 4 years, has been a member of the tennis team for 2 years, has received the Abigail Adams Scholarship, has been accepted to UMass Amherst, UMass Lowell, and Stonehill College. Plans to pursue a career in cybersecurity. Tiara Romero. A member of the SHS Ultimate Frisbee team for the past 4 years and holds the leadership position as captain, has and still currently is volunteering at the MSPCA Angel Boston Adoption Center and will continue to advocate for animal rights in the future. Has also created a campaign named Ultimate Equity, where various professional Frisbee athletes are able to voice their stories or opinions that typically have been silenced or not acknowledged, particularly female and non-white players, and has received recognition by the national governing body of Ultimate Frisbee, USA Ultimate. She so far has been accepted into the University of Connecticut, Syracuse University, the University of Pittsburgh, Loyola Chicago University, Penn State University, and the University of Massachusetts Amherst. She plans on pursuing a career, generally in STEM, but specifically in aerospace and aeronautical engineering, and has committed to Syracuse University on a full ride. Samson Plaisted. Has assisted in teaching karate to both children and adults for 3 years, achieved the rank of second-degree black belt, was a teacher's assistant for string camp for 2 years, has received the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship, has been accepted to UMass Amherst, UMass Dartmouth, and UMass Lowell, intends to work in information support services and networking. Christina Gurung. Has been the vice president of the Community Service Club for 2 years, captain of the girls' varsity tennis team for 2 years. Christina volunteered at the Somerville String Camp during the summer for 3 years, has received the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship and the Highlander Award, and has been accepted to UMass Lowell and UMass Boston. She plans to pursue a career in the STEM field. Jackson Anderson. Member of the soccer team for 3 years, captain for 2. Member of the track team for 2 years, captain for 1. Member of the Piper staff for 2 years. member of the Literary Magazine for 1 year, worked for Somerville Recreation for 4 years, loves his mother, D2 state champions for hurdles, will attend Williams College where he plans to run track and study economics. Caitlin Seeley has been a member of the girls basketball team for 4 years, received the 2019 NEC South All-Stars Award for basketball, has been a member of the girls lacrosse team for 2 years, was named captain her junior year and received the Highlander Award for lacrosse, was a member of the girls frisbee team for 2 years, a captain of the fall dance team, a part of the Spanish National Honor Society for 3 years, and the National Art Honor Society and the National Dance Honor Society for 2 years, has worked as a coach and counselor for Somerville Recreation for 5 years. She has been accepted to Merrimack College, the University of New Hampshire, Salem State University, Endicott College, the University of New England, Fitchburg State University, the University of Southern Maine, Bridgewater State University, and the University of Massachusetts, Boston. She will be playing lacrosse for Merrimack College along with joining their honors program and will be studying athletic training. Alana Payne Masters was a member of the softball team for 3 years, has been a member of the Spanish National Honor Society for 2 years, has worked as a gymnastics coach for 4 years, has been a part of the Spanish Club for 3 years, has received the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship, has been accepted to UMass Amherst, UMass Lowell, UMass Boston, Wentworth, and Temple University. She plans to pursue a career in mechanical engineering. Henry Zhao. Member of the tennis team for 3 years, captain of the tennis team, president of math club for 4 years, member of science league for 2 years, worked for the calculus project over the summer, recipient of John and Abigail Adams Scholarship, recipient of the Harvard Book Club Book Award. He was ranked 57th in the North American region of Overwatch Competitive Season 1. He has been accepted to UMass Amherst, Wesleyan University, and Tufts. He plans to pursue a career in physics. Kajal Patel has been a member of the Math Club, Science League, Badminton Club, and Varsity Tennis Team, a part of the National Spanish Honor Society and National Science Honor Society, attends to pursue biomedical engineering, and attend Brown University. Ken Zhao. Accepted to Northeastern University, been in the Community Service Club for 2 years, played tennis for 2 years, Science League for 1 year, and plans to study computer science. Samuel Jean Francois. President of the National Honor Society 2018-2019 class, co-founder and president of Somerville High School's Black Student Union, member of the Cultural Proficiency Student Advisory Board for 2 years, member of GSA for 2 years, member of Women Empowerment for 2 years, member of the National Spanish Honor Society for 2 years, has worked as a peer mediator for 3 years, has worked as a mental wellness ambassador for teen empowerment for 3 years, is a Noonan Scholar. He has been accepted to Boston College, Brandeis University, Haverford College, UMass Amherst, UMass Boston, Suffolk University, Wesleyan, and Bates College. He will be attending Bates College next fall and plans to double major in Africana Studies and Psychology. Shama Sakoba is a Noonan Scholar, debate club / team member for 2 years, dance team member for 2 years, viola section leader for the Somerville High School Orchestra, volunteers weekly at church for the youth worship team, Accepted to Northeastern University, UMass Boston, UMass Amherst, and UMass Dartmouth. Member of the Tri-Music Honor Society, member of the Spanish National Honor Society, member of the National Honor Society for Dance, plans to study psychology in college. Bobby McCarthy. Ran track for 4 years, captain for 2, intends to major in computer science, and will be attending Harvard in the fall. Nancy Onyejaka. Was elected Vice President of the National Honor Society. She is the President of the Music National Honor Society. She is a member of the Science National Honor Society. She has been an all-city middle school orchestra high school member for 4 years. She has been a member of Somerville High School Trivia Club for 3 years. This past summer, she worked as a student mentor for the Calculus Project. She is a recipient of the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. Nancy has been accepted to UMass Amherst, Boston University, and Northeastern University. She hopes to be an anesthesiologist in the future. Annie Donovan. Has been editor-in-chief of the school newspaper for 3 years, captain of the girls' varsity soccer team for 2 years, and president of the SHS Book Club for 2 years. She is currently the secretary of the National Honor Society. She has been accepted into the Commonwealth College at UMass Amherst, the University of Vermont, Clark University, Boston University, and McGill University. She is currently undecided for her major, but is considering sociology and political science. Sam Newman. Has been a member of the tennis team, a 3-year member of the cross-country and indoor track teams, club captain of the trivia team. He plays cello in the school orchestra. He has been accepted to Northeastern and UMass Amherst. He plans to pursue a career in the sciences. Melissa Pudell. Has been a member of the tennis team for 4 years and is currently the captain. Has been a member of the swim team for 4 years. Member of the Study Buddies Club for 2 years. Is a Noonan Scholar. Melissa has volunteered at MGH. She volunteered at the Nepali class of Boston with children for 2 years, helping them learn Nepali language and culture. She was part of the SHS Orchestra for 3 years. She was a youth liaison with the Welcome Project during her junior year, where she attended conferences advocating for youth power within the community. She has received the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship, as well as the Noonan Scholarship. She has been accepted to UMass Amherst, UMass Lowell, Stony Brook University, and Lesley University. She plans to pursue a career in international relations. Thank you.
Charlotte Kafka Gibbons. Charlotte is Vice President and Treasurer of Student Council. She's been a member of the varsity crew team for 4 years. She's a member of the culinary CT program for 4 years. She's a prep chef at Restaurant Sarma and was a research intern at Tufts Biosec Lab for 2 years. Charlotte has been accepted to UMass Amherst, UMass Lowell, University of Colorado Boulder, and the University of Western Ontario, University of Toronto, and University of Manchester. William Mabuza. William has been a member of the high school jazz band for 3 years, volunteered at Somerville String Camp for 2 years, member of the tennis team for 3 years, received the John Abigail Adams Scholarship. He's accepted to UMass Amherst, Berklee College of Music, and the New England Conservatory. He plans to go to the New England Conservatory to study jazz performance and composition. Marjuka Wayahi. Marjuka has been a youth member at the Bahi Center for over 4 years. She's been a member of the French Honor Society. She's also in the YMCA Camp Counselor for 2 years. She's a contributing designer for the Senior Yearbook Committee. She's a reproductive and mental health counselor at Cambridge Health Alliance. She's been accepted to UMass Boston, University of Rhode Island, Suffolk University, Wentworth Institute of Technology, Roger Williams University, Ithaca College, Salem State University, RIT, and Clark University. She plans on pursuing a career in business management and administration. Fernanda Morera. Fernanda has been a member of the Outdoor Club for 2 years, has worked with tutoring and taking care of kids after school for 2 years, has worked in Somerville Sports and Junior Police Academy camps for 2 summers. Fernanda has volunteered outside of school in local community and cultural festivals. She is trilingual and is interested in learning more in many languages. She has been accepted to UMass Boston, UMass Amherst, UMass Lowell, Framingham State University, Emmanuel College, Merrimack College, Bunker Hill Community College, and she plans to pursue a career in business. Fanta Dawara. Fanta has been a part of the dance team for 2 years, has volunteered with children at East Somerville for 2 summers, participated in many clubs such as Dance Team, Creative Writing Club, Robotics Club, and Math Club, volunteers at NGE, and has been accepted to Wentworth, UMass Dartmouth, and Framingham State University. Emma Pereira. Emma has held a part-time job every day after school for 2 years along with her family. She has volunteered with non-English speakers for 4 years. She has been a member of the Somerville High School softball and swimming team. She's a proud member of the Highlander Theater Company. She has held a summer job at Harvard PBHA for 2 years. Emma is undecided on which college she will attend, and she plans to pursue a career in law. Asa Fulton. Has played on the Ultimate Frisbee team for 4 years. Has studied jazz at the New England Conservatory for 3 years. Has done volunteer trail maintenance for the Appalachian Mountain Club. Has been accepted to UMass Amherst, Bard, Skidmore, and plans to attend the University of Vermont as a music major. Has no career plans, but intends on being happy. and I'm sure of it. That's awesome. Evangelina Portillo. She's not here, but we're still going to read her bio. She's an example to follow. She's an excellent person that's always looking to help others. She has a full-time job and is also a part-time job. She wants to be a teacher. Nabila Anandira. Nabila has been a mediator for 4 years, has promoted Indonesian arts and culture for several years with the Indonesian community of New England. She teaches an engineering class to 7th graders at Breakthrough Greater Boston and works with teen empowerment. She's planning to take a gap year in Indonesia before pursuing a career in public health. Emily Nash. Emily has served as editor-in-chief of the school newspaper for 3 years, has been a student representative on the school committee for 2 years, has been a student representative on the School Improvement Council for 2 years, has been a member of the French National Honor Society for 3 years, has volunteered with the elderly for 2 years, has worked at a nursing home for 1 year, has been accepted to Providence College, Emmanuel College, Simmons, the Catholic University of America, and Stonehill. She plans on majoring in peace studies and history. Dylan Zraget. Dylan has been a member of the varsity soccer team for 2 years, second all-star senior year. Has been a member of the varsity hockey team for 4 years, assistant captain, all-star, and team won NEC Community Service Award. Has been a member of the varsity baseball team for 4 years. Has been a peer mediator for 3 years. Has been a member of the Spanish club for 3 years. Has been a member of NHS for 2 years. Has been in the Spanish NHS for 3 years. Has volunteered to learn to skate, learn to play hockey, and t-ball for 5 years. Has been accepted to UMass Lowell Honors College, UMass Amherst, Drexel University, University of Pittsburgh, University of Maryland, and Northeastern University. Deepa Lamsel. Deepa is a member of the SHS girls tennis team for 3 years, member of the Study Buddies for 2 years, has worked a part-time job for 2 years, volunteer at the Museum of Science, has been a part of the Liaison Interpreters Program, LIPS, for 2 years with a Welcome Project, where she interprets for community events and presents at conferences advocating for youth representation within the community, is a public speaker, has spoken at a rally against Donald Trump's national emergency, has led a workshop at the Alumni of Color Conference at Harvard University. She has received the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. She has been accepted to the University of Vermont, UMass Amherst, Worcester Polytechnical Institute, University of Colorado Boulder, UMass Lowell, and Rensselaer Polytechnical Institute. She wishes to pursue a career in environmental engineering. Danielle Correa. Danielle has been a member of the Somerville robotics team for 4 years and has been the head of the strategy and event operations for the robotics team. He's a member of the Science Honor Society, a member of Magic Club for 4 years, a member of the Science and Math League for 3 years, and a member of Space Park Somerville for 3 years. Has been accepted to UMass Dartmouth, UMass Amherst, University of Vermont, and WPI. He plans on pursuing a career in robotics engineering. Amy Ouyang. Amy has been a part of the GSA for 2 years and has joined several other clubs during her high school career. She's worked on the class of 2019 yearbook. She's been a volunteer for incoming freshmen during the summer and for the CT Fair for 2 years. Currently works at Phonogenic Inc. since 2017. Also worked at Market Basket for 1.5 years. She has received the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. She has been accepted to Emmanuel College, Simmons University, Suffolk University, UMass Boston, Lesley University, and Wentworth Institute of Technology. Lastly, she's interested in business, computer science, and graphic design. Max Nadeau. Max is a member of the trivia team, robotics team, and student council, student representative to the SHS Building Committee. He's formerly the school mascot, and I didn't know that. Crossword puzzles for enthusiasts, and plans to study computer science and hopefully delay the robot uprising. Okay. Patrick Cornelius Raftery. Patrick has been a member of the Ultimate Frisbee team for 3 years. He's JSB Frisbee captain sophomore year, a member of the student council for 2 years, a member of the trivia team for 2 years. Patrick volunteered at Beth Israel Hospital transporting patients for 1 summer. He has been accepted to UMass Amherst, UMass Lowell, and Drexel University. Patrick plans to pursue a career in technology and STEM fields. Simran Jeet. Simi has been a member and captain of the volleyball team for 4 years. She's been a member and captain of the crew team for 4 years. She's been a member and captain of the basketball team for 2 years, a member of the Spanish Honor Society for 3 years, a member of the Science National Honor Society for 1 year, a member and treasurer of the Spanish Club for 4 years, a member and sports editor of the Piper, a member of the Best Buddies Club for 3 years, has volunteered at Cambridge Health Alliance Hospital for 4 summers, has volunteered for Comcast Cares for 2 years, volunteered at Boston Sikh Sangat Temple for 4 years. She has received the John Abigail Adams Scholarship, and she's been accepted to UMass Lowell, UMass Amherst. She plans to pursue a career in biology on the pre-med track. Carla Cardoza Castellanos. Carla has volunteered in the SHS Summer School Program as algebra tutor for ESL students. She has volunteered at Berkeley Institute of Arts and Special Needs. She has received the Somerville High School Academic Excellence Award in Biology and Photography. She has received the Smith Book Award. She has received the A+ Student Award in English class. She is a member of the SHS Best Buddies Club. She has been a member of the School Improvement Council. She's a member of the SHS Karate. She's a member of NRU program. And she plans to pursue a career major in psychology with a minor in photography. Our next 3 students I'm going to mention could not be with us, but they are on a school function trip, and they are in our band. The first one is Grace Lottie. Grace has been involved with theater SHS freshman year. She recently portrayed Henrietta Leveda and Highlander Theater Company's production of Silent Sky. She also has been a member of the Girls Ultimate Frisbee team since freshman year. Grace has been accepted to UMass Amherst, Skidmore College, Colby Sawyer College, and Brandeis University. Valerie Farley. Valerie's been a member of the Highlander Theater Company since freshman year. She's volunteered at 4 of the middle schools in Somerville with various programs. She's been a member of the SHS band since sophomore year and is not present at this event because she's performing in New York as we speak. She is currently deciding between Reed College and Smith College and plans to study theater linguistics or environmental science. Our last is Edith Allen. She has danced pre-professionally with Boston Ballet for 3 years, has run cross-country and track for 2 years, member of the Science League and the Trivia team, and is treasurer of the National Honor Society. She will attend Barnard College of Columbia University and plans to major in applied math or economics and mathematics. And one last one. Aselin Constancero. Not here? Okay. Aselin is not here. She's been a member of the track and field team for 7 seasons and has been captain for 2 years, and a 5-time state qualifier and national qualifier. She is a Northeastern Conference Athlete of the Year in 2019. She has been chief photographer of the Piper for 3 years and student representative on the school committee for 2 years, member of student council for 3 years. Aselin has been in graphic design vocational program for 4 years and has been CT ambassador for 2 years. She's been accepted to Oberlin College and will attend where she will participate in track and field. She plans to pursue a career working in the mental health profession as a therapist.
I would now like to introduce our guest speaker for tonight. Lila Meglio is a Somerville High graduate, class of 2008. Like our inductees tonight, she is also a member of the National Honor Society. She graduated from Brown University, then went on to Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Publishers, and is now the event manager for Porter Square Books. She also still resides in Somerville. Let's give a nice Somerville High welcome back to Lila Meglio.
Hi, thank you for having me, and sorry to talk behind myself. It's been a while since I've been here, even though I still live in Somerville. It looks a lot different, different colored walls, a lot of different teachers, obviously different students, a lot more construction. Yeah. But I've got 4 years worth of memories here, and I learned a lot here. I also spent a lot of time hanging out in Miss Monahan's office, so those were good times too. But before I start making this all about me, I just want to start by saying congratulations to all of you. You've arrived here tonight with a lot of help, but on your own merits and your own hard work. You've put in hours of studying, and you've sacrificed other, probably more fun plans to write papers or make poster boards. You've prioritized school in your life, and that's what brought you here. National Honor Society is not just an achievement, it's a recognition. And it's equally important that you recognize in yourself that you did this. You're a person of character, service, you're a scholar, you're a leader. And when you remember that and make it your own, you can turn it into whatever you want it to be. Each one of you has arrived here by virtue of your own individual accomplishments and traits. And all of you will graduate and leave Somerville High School and use these qualities along completely different paths. You'll use them as tools to grow, center yourself, figure out where you're meant to be, and I'm pretty excited to hear where that's going to be. But when I graduated Somerville High in 2008, unlike a lot of you guys who seem to have really cool plans, I had no idea what I was going to do. That was 11 years ago, and that probably sounds like a long time ago to at least these folks. I don't know about you guys. It was a long time ago. As I mentioned, a lot was different back then, but a lot was also the same. We all had cell phones that we were addicted to, but a lot of them were flip phones. We also had a Republican president, just a different one. We were some of the first to be all over social media, but when I started high school, we were still on MySpace. So when I think of myself in high school, it's through that same lens. I recognize myself, but from a distance, and it's like looking at a fuzzy photo that's gotten a little bit clearer and sharper every year since I've graduated. Like you all, I was a hard worker in high school. I was in National Honor Society. In fact, I think I might have been vice president. I don't really remember. It came naturally to me. I wanted to understand everything and keep it with me. And I could be a little competitive about it too. I wanted to read everything, write about it, and come back for more, and I wanted to be good at everything. I gave it a pretty solid shot. I definitely had a favorite class. That was AP English with Miss Brewster Cook, who got me up here tonight. But I was interested in just about everything, psychology and history and policy and mythology. I took just about every AP class I could fit into there, just like a lot of you guys, I'm sure. I wanted to learn languages and go places and be somebody new and different that I hadn't met before. I was really ready to find my calling, but I felt pulled in a million different directions, and that was sort of exhilarating and freeing in itself. But it was also just that I wasn't ready to choose. That was one major reason why I decided to go to my college, Brown University. They offered an open curriculum, which meant that no requirements and only classes I wanted to take, no classes I didn't want to take. That felt like so much power and freedom. So that's what I did. I took classes all over the map. I took ancient Egyptian archaeology and neuropsychology and art history. I studied Arabic every day for 4 years and took photos of the Sombrero Galaxy by telescope for my astronomy class. That was pretty cool. And most of all, I took literature classes, class after class after class. Remember, I said English was my favorite subject. Books have always kind of been my thing. All of these classes seemed really scattershot when I was choosing them. I thought I was picking at random things that would be fun. But after a few years, the picture started to come into focus, and I realized that I'd never really been drifting. What I'd been doing was collecting stories this whole time across all these different subjects and disciplines, stories that I'd somehow picked up somewhere and that I'd wondered about until I felt compelled to chase down the conclusions. I'd hunted down the history of the modern Middle East and traced brain activity to certain behaviors in search of a narrative to understand how the world all fits together. And once I realized that I had this sort of natural tendency to look for stories in everything, I saw that I had been doing this all along. Even way back in Mr. Maloney's class, I was finding plot development and movement in physics equations. It's just part of who I am. And when it came to books and literature, especially in college, well, I fell so easily and deeply into it that it almost felt like cheating. I was supposed to be struggling, wasn't I? But it just felt really natural. Reading, writing, and talking about books would put me in an almost transformative state. I never skipped a book on my English syllabi. I wrote every paper at least half a page longer than it should have been, and I would even raise my hand and jump into conversations with a half-started thought, just like I was compelled to do it. And that's not really in my character. It took me longer than it should have, maybe, to realize that this was a strength to pursue and not just exceptional nerdiness. It took me longer than that to realize that when something feels easy and right in your gut, it might just be because that's where you're meant to be. I discovered that I had this core belief, a belief in the power of stories, of words, of books, and self-expression, and how crucial these voices are to connecting with the wider world. I had a foundation under my feet, and that's when the picture started to become clearer. It was chasing that belief in words and stories that brought me, after graduation, to a conference room in the Back Bay, where I interviewed for an internship at a publishing company. And it was at that company that I realized that you can never work harder or so well than when it's something you really believe in and care about. That if I thought being an English major and choosing books and stories was the easy way out, it was just my own determination that had made me see it that way. I spent 6 years working at that publishing company as a publicist, where I worked on promoting books and authors by pitching reviews in magazines and newspapers and arranging interviews on TV and the radio and sending authors on tour across the country. I was doing something that I felt good about. I was raising these authors' voices and supporting their stories and the tradition of literature that had always been so important to me. I was bringing these books to people who wanted to read them. Plus, I got to go to fancy parties in New York, and I worked with people like David Ortiz and got to shake his hand and chatted on the phone with Terry Francona, and I got a lot of free books. So I loved it, and I was pretty good at it. And then just 2 months ago, I made a leap. I saw a door open, and I grabbed for the handle. My local bookstore, just blocks from my apartment, 15 minutes walk from the house I grew up in, just like a mile and a half from where we are now, so please come down to Porter Square Books, I'll be there. They posted a job that they were looking for somebody to manage their events program. And when I heard about it, that sense of rightness, of how easy it would be to work hard there and care about it, it immediately settled on me. Just last night, we hosted a local author. She's a professor at Tufts, Grace Toulouse, and she wrote a memoir called The Body Papers about her experience as a Filipino-American immigrant. We had about 90 people in the store last night, and for an hour, we listened to Grace read, we asked her questions, and all of those people, some of who knew her, some were strangers, we all left with a shared experience and a new perspective. If I'd found strength and empowerment in working with authors on sharing their stories to the nameless wider world that maybe would have read about it in a magazine or seen it on a TV interview, here's my chance to bring those stories to my people, to bring it to my community, to my neighborhood, to Somerville, the voices that we want and need to hear from. Here's my chance for my own corner where I'm able to say, join us and listen to this. And people stop for a minute. They lose themselves in a book or in a reading, and they find a strand of a story that they maybe didn't know that they were looking for. And who knows where that's going to bring them. To some people, that might not be their dream, but to me, that was the perfect fit. So if I want to leave you all with anything, it's to trust your instincts. Explore everything and ask every question. Tell every story and listen to the ones you're told, but use all of that knowledge to hone what you've already got inside you because it's already there. Your presence here today is proof that you have all the tools for your success and, more importantly, your happiness. It's been your character, your scholarship, your leadership, and your dedication to serving your community that's brought you to this point. And whatever path you choose to take, all these qualities come with you, even sometimes when you don't realize it. Use them to play to your natural strengths. Trust yourself. Get to know yourself and pay attention to what's going on around you because the two are usually more connected than you think. When you're true to yourself, you're able to bring a particular integrity and strength and beauty to your efforts. When you find something you really want to sweat over, that reverberates into your surroundings. That honesty is what creates community and change and growth even beyond yourself. Allow yourself the grace to find what makes you happy and go after it. The world will be better for it and you'll be happier. Thank you again for having me tonight, and again, congratulations to you all.
We now ask our speaker to sign the register. Thank you, Layla Meglio, for your words of inspiration. On the behalf of the entire chapter, Vice President Nancy will now present to you a gift to show our collective appreciation. In addition to the hard work and dedication the NHS chapter has shown, we would like to express a sincere thank you to our NHS advisors, Ms. Maslon and Mr. Rishal. In light of the new tradition, we now ask for our advisors to sign the register. We would also like to thank the Assistant Superintendent and the Principal for supporting our organization throughout the year. Annie will now present you with a gift to show our gratitude. This concludes the Anthony V. Fedele chapter of National Honor Society induction ceremony for Somerville High School. Please rise as the members of National Honor Society proceed to the back.
On behalf of the entire chapter, I would like to thank you all for attending. Rui, turn the light on. Thank you.